So in today's class we are going to see about reproduction. Reproduction is a process by which an organism produces new individual of its own kind. So a new generation is developed from the parent body by a process called reproduction. So it is a basic biological process. So next thing is we will see about some of the basic features of all types of reproduction. We are going to see about the basic features for all types of reproduction. So first one is synthesis of RNA occurs during the reproduction, and there is a replication of DNA, and after the replication of DNA it is followed by cell division, and after cell division each cells undergo growth and there will be a formation of reproductive units. So there are two kinds of reproduction, namely sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So we will see in detail about asexual reproduction initially. So reproduction by a single parent without gamete formation can be called as asexual reproduction. It occurs by a process called mitosis or amitosis, and it occurs by division of somatic cells, hence it can be called as somatogenic or blastogenic reproduction. So we'll see the next characteristics of asexual reproduction. They show uniparental inheritance, and this occurs among lower groups of organisms, namely bacteria and protozoa. So on the next heading is we'll see about the types of asexual reproduction. So the types are as follows: fission, sporulation, budding, Sgml formation, fragmentation, regeneration. So under which we are going to see about the budding. Budding is a process where the parent body produces one or more buds and each will grow into a new one. So after complete development, the daughter bud or the newly produced bud will get detached from the parent body and they are able to live on its own. So initially the bud starts developing, and after which the mouth and tentacles develop from the young bud, and the young bud grows into a little big bud. After that it detaches from the parent body and start live on its own. So when the bud is formed on the external surface of the body, this can be called as exogenous budding. So the next one is we'll see about endogenous budding. So when the bud develops inside the cytoplasm, if it is a cell and this is a nucleus, and when a bud is started developing within the cytoplasm of the body, then you can call it as endogenous budding. Example is Noctiluca. So we have seen about two types of bud formation, namely exogenous budding and endogenous budding, and there is one more type called as Sgml formation, which is nothing but gemmules are a special type of internal bud produced by spongilla during adverse conditions or unfavorable conditions. A gemmule is a hard ball having a mass of food-laden archaeocytes. They begin to hatch on return of favorable conditions. So we have seen three kinds under budding: exogenous budding, hydra, and endogenous budding, Noctiluca. Under gemmule formation, we have seen about spongilla. They are able to produce the internal buds within the cytoplasm, and these buds are enclosed in a hard ball like structure which is having food laden archaeocytes, small buds, and they begin to hatch on return of favorable conditions. And in the next type of asexual reproduction is fission. Fission is nothing but it is a division of parent body into two or more identical units, and there are many types of fission, namely binary fission, multiple fission, sporulation. We'll see example under binary fission. There are a lot of examples under binary fission, and the next type is multiple fission, and under multiple fission we are going to see some of the examples, and one of the process is sporulation and the next process is strobilation. Example is Aurelia. So under binary fission, we'll see about the definition for binary fission. So whenever the parent body divides into two equal halves and each half grows into an individual organism, then it can be called as binary fission. And based on the plane of division, the binary fission, it is of different types. The first one is simple binary fission. An example includes amoeba, and in the simple irregular binary fission there is no plane of division. For example, if this is an amoeba, they can divide at any plane, and provided the nucleus it is duplicated and there is a replication of DNA occurs, and it is followed by cytoplasm division. So initially karyokinesis, that is division of nucleus occurs, and the next one is cytoplasm division, and parent cell it is divided into two daughter cells, and comes under simple irregular binary fission, and example is amoeba. And the next one we are going to see about transverse binary fission. So the plane of division will be at the transverse direction. So example is paramecium and planaria. In the we will see about the paramecium structure. So in the paramecium structure, on the outer surface of the cell we will have the cilia, and they will have a micronucleus, macronucleus, oral groove, a mouth will be present, followed by a contractile vacuole. So in this, both this micronucleus and macronucleus undergo division. So nucleus divides amitotically. So an unequal division occurs, and followed by this oral groove disappears, and a new oral groove will be formed at both the ends. A new oral groove will be forming at both the ends. The cell elongates. There is a division of the nucleus, micronucleus and the macronucleus, as well as a new oral groove formation will be there, and contractile vacuole will be found at two ends, so that a transverse fission divides the parent body into two equal daughter paramecium cells. And the next one is longitudinal binary fission in euglena. So the fission takes place in the longitudinal direction. So in the longitudinal, furrow will be developed in the middle, and which results in the two daughter cells following the plane of division in the longitudinal division. So the two daughter cells or euglena cells will be formed as a result of longitudinal furrow formation, and here also there will be a division of nucleus and the division of cytoplasm and other organelles which is present in the euglena. And in the next plane of division, next type is called as oblique binary fission. The term oblique means in the slanting plane of division. So this oblique plane of division, it happens in a dinoflagellate called a serratium, so by which a parent cell is divided into two daughter cells. So far we have seen about two kinds of asexual reproduction, namely budding and fission. Under budding we have seen about exogenous, endogenous budding as well as Sgml formation, and under the fission we have seen the types of binary fission. And in the next class we will see about the multiple fission, sporulation and strobulation, and there are a few other types of asexual reproduction also, like fragmentation and regeneration, that we will see in detail in the next class. Thank you.